Alright guys, what's going on? It's Chase. So we're using the rewind tool here. We're basically at the open, okay? On ES, we're going to go through the trades that I took today, and I'm going to explain them to you, the levels, how I executed them. If you don't like this type of hindsight content, that is fine, but this is basically teaching you how to trade. This stuff, by the way, is not new to me. I typically did not do lower time frame videos because there's not too much signal that I can provide. Most of the time, it's just, a lot of this stuff is you have to be there in the moment, and execution on my end is literally within sometimes 30 seconds, 15 seconds. There's no way I would be able to execute on my end and get signals out or predict this type of stuff ahead of time on a low time frame. All right, so this is nothing new. It's just that I'm trying to, you guys know about the link at the bottom here. I'm trying to basically get paid for teaching, but through the exchange. So as always, I need you guys to sign up and deposit, trade your crypto on Bybit. Not currently meeting my quota for 30 days. If you want these videos to keep coming, educational content and whatnot, need you guys to sign up, deposit, simple as that. If not, I'll just slow these videos down a little bit and do them at my own leisure. Okay, so we're here at the open, right? And we have all our levels marked out: daily level, 4 hour, 2 hour, a 1 hour block, and a daily level here. If you don't understand the levels, I need you to stop this video real quick and go to the identifying key levels with Chase. It's just the very last video I did. Okay, go to my YouTube page, look at the very last video, then come back to this one. Okay, so we're right here at the open, okay, and we have a 1 hour block here, right? I'm not going to change the time frame because we're using the rewind tool here and it'll reveal something. I want to literally walk through this with you so you guys can understand my thought process. Okay, I took 2 trades at the open. Let's start. So we start the rewind tool here and we start moving forward. The first thing we get on the open is a huge dump immediately through the block. Okay, so what have I told you guys? And these concepts apply to Bitcoin too, and I'm going to show you very quickly. So you're not just like, oh well, he's only doing ES charts, why not do a Bitcoin chart? I'll show you. So the top of the 1 hour block, okay, now we can move over to the 1 hour so I can show you guys. So we had a 1 hour block here, 1 hour demand, 1 hour origin of impulse, whatever you want to call it. We go over that. I need to figure out just something that I want to call it forever, because it's funny that I refer to it in so many different ways. Anyway, so the 1 hour block gets pierced through. So what does that tell us? We know that that means that this is no longer true demand and there's weakness, right? Now let's look at Bitcoin real quick. I called this live, right? Called this on Twitter. So this stuff isn't hindsight. I literally called this live on Twitter. Wanted to get long off this, right? So at the top of the 2 hour block here, tried to get long. Once I saw it pierce, I got us out at break even. It's the same type of concept, right? So top of the block, where I looked to got long, right there, got long. Then when we put in this candle right here, and we pierced more than halfway through, right? We pierced almost all the way through. That's weakness. That's acceptance within the block. The top of the block flips to resistance. This is where I got us out of the long, live on Twitter. Very literally, you could paste the tweet onto the chart and you'll see. Got us out, and look, we break down. Okay? So now when we go back to ES, this is pierced. This means this is weakness. So where are we going now that we see weakness? In my opinion, we're going down towards daily demand, or we can see that there is a 5-minute demand here leading into the daily demand, okay? If we zoom out real quick, if we go to the 2 hour, we can see, so we have this level here, big 2 hour demand, also previous daily resistance, okay? Daily resistance here, 2 hour demand, and now we go back down to the 5, and on the 5, we can see 5-minute demand. So I'm expecting that what I wanted to do right here, my thought process is, okay, this is no longer support. I'm looking to get short like this. Get into here, close into here for acceptance. We close into here as acceptance. We short this to the top of the 5-minute demand, also the daily demand, okay? So that's my current plan. Let's start the thing going. So now at this point, I would probably move down to the 1 minute. So here we go. Now we're on the 1 minute, right? And we can see it goes down, it closes in. This is my retest. Yeah, I really should have been on the 1 minute so I could have slowed it down. But so this is the retest. I short here, straight to the top of the 5 minute demand. Okay, great. That's trade closed. Simple as that. Now we're moving forward. Now that this, demand level has basically been destroyed, we can pretty much delete it because we don't need to see the bottom of the block anymore. It's no longer support. It's just the top is what matters because the top is now serving as resistance. That's where we got our short. So we would watch, hey, maybe if the top flips back to support, then we look to play towards the 2 hour. But what ends up happening here is that we get a lot of chop, right? So we have a low, we're getting a lot of chop, and we're testing this level, right? We're testing the 1 hour multiple times. So the more we test the level, the more likely it is to break. And we're pushing into this 5 minute demand. And if we were to go lower, then this daily demand is still good, okay? So just because pretend it pierces all the way through the 5 minute block, that is not a problem because the daily demand overpowers the 5 minute block, okay? Remember, go watch the identifying key levels video. It's about what level higher time frame is typically a stronger level, okay? So now we're seeing a lot of consolidation in here. And in my opinion, when I start to see a lot of consolidation, what I think is that we're building up stop losses, okay? And I'm also thinking that we're near daily demand. So my bias is bullish off of daily demand. So what I start to think, and this is the trade that I showed you guys on Twitter, what I start to think is that we're going to sweep this low into daily demand, and then this 1 hour level is going to break because we've been testing it multiple times here, and then we're going to push up towards the 2 hour level, okay? Let's just let it play out here a bit. We test it again. It's becoming weaker and weaker. Reject. But the 1 hour level is getting weaker. We're building more liquidity. We're building more stops. People who got in here think they sniped the bottom, but they didn't. Because this is when we're going to get a sweep, and all these people who bought in here thinking it's the bottom, they get stopped out. Okay? Boom, they're stopped out. And now, a second push just to make people uncertain. I was feeling a little sketch at that point, but hey, you got to let the trade play out. We're at daily demand. Okay? And now the market's just going to do its thing. Fourth test, rejection, we're definitely pushing through. We got a sweep into daily demand. We're going to be moving up. Where's our target? Our target is this 2 hour level, or we also have this target on the 5 minute of a pretty clear liquidity level right here. So right here. Liquidity into, this stopped going. Okay, liquidity into the 2 hour resistance. And there it goes right there. It happened. It's happening pretty quickly, but you could see it if you go back to the one test, 2 tests, 3 tests, 4 tests, 5 tests, power through, daily demand. We push to this liquidity, 2 hour resistance. Right in here is like our sweet spot for the take profit. I showed you guys the take profit. The trade looked like this. It was just looking for a quick stop run. Stop below daily demand. Bottom of the 5 minute demand and below this daily demand. And target this liquidity. 5 risk reward to start the morning, okay? Plus the short that I took in originally. At this point, is there anything to do? At this point, this trend line's not that relevant anymore. Let me just zoom out here. We don't need this 5 minute demand anymore because it served its purpose. Daily demand is next up if we push down. So we delete the levels that no longer become relevant. We already took this liquidity. Let's delete it. 2 hours still untapped. 4 hours still untapped. And let's let it play out a little bit more. We come back down. Good thing we took profit at liquidity. We test daily demand. Daily demand serves as support. And now we're probably going to go up because daily demand is stronger than 2 hour resistance. So here's probably when we move up. Speed this up a little bit. And there you go. Daily demand, stronger than 2 hour resistance, and it goes. All right, guys, so that's ES for today. Hopefully this education is helpful. Again, sign up, deposit. My link's at the bottom. Very important if you want this education to keep coming. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.